Today we want to start with the conclusion. If you are an African, is Christmas wrong? Are you aware that there is a Christmas that we should celebrate as black people? Which one is this one? Maybe it is the one they claim to be the pagan origin of this modern day Christmas. If you ask any Christians in general, or a lot of them, or professors or doctors about when Jesus was born, you are likely to receive a lot of answers that are different, that are varied. As many as we have many denominations of Christians. So it forces us to wonder whether all scripture is inspired by God and profitable for teaching. What are they teaching? For reproof. Why are they not being corrected? Why are they not being trained for righteousness? If they say, yes, we keep Christmas, it doesn't matter really. Why would some say it doesn't matter? And why would some say it matters most? Does it matter then if you are an African, if you keep Christmas? What is the legacy of Christmas for black people? There are some churches that do not keep Christmas. Here from one of the churches of God by Gerald Ost says why some Christians don't celebrate Christmas. Many feel that Christmas marks Christ's birthday and that it honors him. After all, can 2 billion people professing Christians be wrong? A very cardinal question. Can the majority be wrong? At the same time, some few Christians don't observe Christmas, believing that Jesus did not sanction it and that it dishonors him. Who is right and why? What we want to say is that some, noting the origins of Christian as pagan, decide not to keep it. But still, they are in error. The same people that do not keep Christmas are in error, and the same people that keep Christmas are also in error. How could this be? He says, I am a Christian and I don't celebrate Christmas, and here is why. Then they supply 10 reasons why. You know, the Jehovah's Witness, who once observed December 25, but they dropped that observance in 1928. Why? Here is one of their magazine here. What did the Bible students come to realize about Christmas? What thorough expose of Christmas was presented in December 1928. See also the box, Christmas, its origin and purpose. B, how were God's people alerted to other holidays and celebrations that should be avoided? See box exposing other holidays and Christmas. This article noted that winter date for Jesus' birth does not port well with the account of the shepherds being out with their stock in the field. Scholars knew that. Many scholars knew that, but the Christians, the Jehovah's Witness, here is their image. The last time they kept Christmas in Brooklyn, Bethel, 1926, and later they saw it's wrong. But still, they are in error, they are wrong, they are lost, they are following Jesus, who never sanctioned many of what they say. So the article, Origins of Christmas, the Golden Age of December 14, 1920, noted that Christmas is a pagan celebration, focuses on pleasures and involves idol worship, as if they don't worship idols, they worship tower. The article made it clear that the celebration was not ordered by Christ. So who ordered it? Where did Christ come from? The fact that the word, the flesh, and the devil are in favor of its perpetuation and observance is a final and conclusive argument against its celebration by those who are dedicated wholly to the service of Jehovah. God's name is not Jehovah. It never existed like that. So they are also in error on many other points, but they don't keep Christmas. Why? Because they say it's of pagan origin. Their problem. It is said that Christmas, for those that celebrate Christmas throughout the world, December 25 is not the birthday of Jesus. Is that true? Does the biblical story tell otherwise? When was he born? The date of Christmas, already noted by the Watchtower, is based on a pagan winter festival. The birth probably happened in autumn. That's another one. Shepherds not in the fields in winter. December 25 was made popular by Pope Liberius in 354 and became the rule in the West in 435, when the first Christ Mass was officiated by Pope Sixtus III. So anyone, anywhere who celebrate Christmas is following a Roman culture, a Roman-made holiday festival. But why do they say it originated as a pagan day? Which pagan day is that? Obviously, Jesus was not born on 25 December. according to the Bible. In Luke 2:7, and there was in the same country shepherds abiding in the fields, keeping watch over their flock by night. This is the mathematical stroke that destroys the December 25 for Christians. Even for those that do not keep it, they are still wrong. The temperature at night in Bethlehem is an African word. In the last December will be below freezing, especially at night and even in snowfalls in the desert. On December 25, the weather would have not permitted shepherds watching their flocks in their fields because it was freezing. It will be cold in the fields in that time. So when was Jesus born? The New Testament doesn't give a date. In fact, most credible secular history writings tell us that Christmas, more than 200 years after Jesus, that's when it was considered, and it was considered even sinful. As late as AD 245, the early Catholic theologian Origen repudiates as sinful the very idea of keeping the birthday of Christ. You can read that in Encyclopedia Britannica, 11th edition, 1910, volume 6, page 293. Christmas, a calculation error. Professor Joseph S. Meyer, emeritus of biblical studies at the Catholic University of America, member of the Pontifical Biblical Commission, supports this idea. Though the year of Jesus' birth is not reckoned with certainty, the birth did not occur in AD 1. The Christian era, supposed to have its starting point in the year of Jesus' birth, is based on a miscalculation introduced in 533 by Dionysius ex-Jews. So again, we go to Philip Scaff, History of Christian Church, volume 3. It says in the time of Bishop Liberius, who on the 25th of December 360 consecrated Marcella. The Christmas festival was probably the Christian transformation or regeneration of a series of kindred heathen festivals, the Saturnalia, Sigillaria, Juvenalia, and Brumalia, which were kept in Rome in the month of December in commemoration of the golden age of universal freedom and equality, and in honor of the unconquered Sun, and which were great holidays, especially for slaves and children. This connection accounts for many customs of Christmas seasons, like giving presents. You can read this from Chrysostom, Gregory of Nyassa, Leo the Great, and others. Very clear the origin of Christmas. There it is, the Saturnalia, the birth of the sun, the date of winter solstice, which is the shortest day of the year, and the people were celebrating the coming back of the sun so that winter would be neutralized. Origins of Christmas. The reason for establishing December 25 as Christmas is somewhat obscure, but it is usually held that the day was chosen to correspond with pagan festivals. Listen to this one. That took place around the time of the winter solstice, when the days begin to lengthen to celebrate the rebirth of the sun. Northern European tribes celebrated their chief festivals of the Yule at the winter solstice to commemorate the rebirth of the sun as the giver of light and warmth. So it's completely different from those who are in the south, because we got the warmth is actually hotter in the south. But where did it come from? Rome did not, Romans did not, Greeks did not, Europeans did not originate such understanding based on their ignorance. But even in the face of these millions and millions of who will still go ahead and partying on Christmas Day. Does it matter? There are more blacks that celebrate it. As an African, a black person, does it matter if you know how the holiday actually started? Most black people think Christmas is a Christian celebration. If not, we would be not having such statistics as shown here. We will not be having, in Nigeria, 50% of people are Christians. In the DRC Congo, with all their problems, 95% of people are Christians. Look at that. In Uganda, with all the confusion, the Chinese coming, no direction, 86% of them are Christians. In Ghana, 74% of Ghanaians are Christians. In Angola, 80% of them are Christians. They celebrate Christmas. They think Jesus was born on this day. Even the former president of Zimbabwe worshipped and bowed down to Europeans. But the truth is that if you are African, the question is, whose culture are you following? No, we know it's not ours. So again, we know the colonial legacy of Christianity, that such evils of attacking those that do not follow it continued into Africa. Eurocultural activities included moves to legitimize imperialism. Ideas like social Darwinism were developed to assert colonial powers in Africans' minds. And hence these festivals of European origin and flavor were deemed civilized, whereas others, which were not European, especially Africans, were deemed pagan. To continue in celebrating these holidays is to give the modern racist free energy to continue to oppress us. Celebrating Christmas in that way is a sign of deeply ingrained subconscious slave attitude. Regardless of whether we like it or not, we have to admit that if we persist to do that, we have spiritual comatose. Racism is still here on earth. Santa is a European. The carols are European. The giving of gifts are European. The manufacture of gifts are European. So is giving gifts wrong? No. What is wrong? It is the whole spirit of Santa, of Christmas, of celebrating, and its origin. So December 25 is known as the nativity of the sun. Mob psychology. Africans are led to boost the enslaver or the colonizer's commercial power. Christmas sales expected to reach $1 trillion. What causes you to shop on Christmas, to give gifts? Because you are under mob psychology, the spirit of mob psychology. So a physical crowd is a casual or temporary collection of people showing no cohesive group behavior but merely crowded together. That's not what we're looking at, but that is a constituency of what happens during Christmas. Psychological crowd. A psychological crowd is an assemblage of people who have a sustained common intent or respond emotionally to same stimuli. That's your Christmas. Examples are ball games, political speech audiences, parades, fires, accidents, disturbances, as well as Christmas. So if you do it, you are under mob psychology. There is no divinity, there is no cultural connection with you, there is no ancestral connection with you. You are celebrating a colonial slave mentality that has been induced and put over you. So it's not Mahati or Ubuntu. Mahati Ubuntu tells you to be of independent will, to have your own thoughts, to have your own will, to have your truth, to have your senses, to have your time, to know your physical movement, and therefore avoid space where there is mob psychology. So the interpretation of the balanced truth above is that the human African was created with the sole purpose of practicing the following: taking independent time out to find personal independent space. So mob psychology space is not yours. It has been created by others. Using this independent personal space, independently think of one's own will with the truth of what one senses independently. Sight, touch, smell, hear, taste of the reality of personal time to physically move independently by voice, by touch, by smell, by hearing, by taste in a given space and with a given physical space or object or a pen or anything. So freedom, which is what is not there in mob psychology. In conclusion, if you are an African, is Christmas wrong? Again, it depends. The European one is wrong, yes. Not so with the African one. Are you aware there is a Christmas for us, black people? Which Christmas is that? It is the one that they claim is the pagan source or origin of the modern European one. Probably Africans must celebrate this Christmas, the one we are talking about. But we first have to know who was actually born on December 25. Horesu was born of the Virgin Mother, Isisu, or the winter solstice on December 25. The text in Abido's Temple of Seti 1, Isis herself declares, "I am the great virgin." Dr. G. Johnson, Butterwick Theological Dictionary of Old Testament. The present and the future and the past, I am. My undergarment no one has uncovered. The fruit I brought forth. The sun came into being. Neath Isis Temple of Size. This is what we have. These are the quotations. At winter solstice, the sun would seem to be a little child, like that which the ancient Egyptians brought forth, Africans brought forth from a shrine on an appointed day, since the day is that then at its shortest. Straightforward, this is our Christmas, not the European one. Horesu, born on December 25, is our Christmas. The so-called pagan source of the modern Christmas. You were showing them here. The Great Zimbabwe bird representing Horesu, and Horesu represent that that bird, that water, that crocodile. This is the only Christmas for black people. Thank you. Subscribe to our channel, Hamiti Hebrew Ethics. This is Christian Rabbi Elem Tumizulu of Hamiti Hebrew Ethics. This is our contact email, and elemtumizulu@gmail.com. And you can visit us on our website, livespiritofAmen.com. Tatenda, thank you, Siyabonga. Have a great life. Celebrate Horesu, who is our Christmas. Thank you. Goodbye.